What's up, everybody? So, I realized that I've been learning Spanish for quite a while now. And you guys probably haven't seen my old clips if you're new here. If you've been following me forever, like from Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff, then I'm sure you've seen it. But new people that only know how I speak now, I got something for you. If you feel like you have no chance of ever speaking fluently or even at a higher level than you're at now, trust me, you can. I got some clips, and you might be where I was at in those clips, right? I remember when I first started watching YouTube videos, like Ricky from Bilingual Blogs and like people like that, at least Speaks and all these people, I'll just be like, I'm never gonna be able to talk like that. I just want to do better. And, maybe I still don't talk like that, but I am a lot better than I was. So I got a couple clips here from like the first couple months when I started, a couple months in, and then like a year or so in, and then like I don't even know where I'm at these days, but I'll figure it out before the end of the video. Let's look at the first clip.
Haciendo este video porque mi novia dice que es una buena idea. Esperamos que en un año después mi español es mejor. We'll see about that.
So the biggest thing that stands out to me is that I don't know why I was just saying like haciendo by itself, like maybe because in English like I would list stuff in my head like I'm doing classes, I'm doing this, but even still like why didn't I say I'm? I don't know, right? But the other thing, the pronunciation stuff, and this is why I always say in my videos, it's important to work on your pronunciation. If you hear in that first video, I'm saying like video, like instead of like pronouncing the E, it's like I'm pronouncing it like the American I, which is just wrong, right? But lots of people do it. It could be you. Stop doing it. Work on saying E, not I. So not video. The next thing, obviously I was in the beginning of my journey, and it shows misgendering like very simple words that I knew were masculine or feminine. I was just talking and I just messed it up. So like you could hear me say, un buen idea. Why? Why did I do that? I don't know. Obviously, like genders have to match, and you know it's una buena idea. But I didn't do that. The last thing, again, very low level, so I had no idea about the subjunctive and everything. So I talked about something that I hoped for, and I said es instead of sea. When you're talking about something in the future that's not real right now that you're hoping for, you have to use the subjunctive. And if you don't know what that is, you're probably not using it. You're probably wrong, but that's okay. Let's move on to the next video, 2 or 3 months in.
Es un mes después desde mi primer video y siento más cómodo, pero tengo un poco miedo haciendo las clases de Skype con mi hermano Will.
First thing that stands out to me is I still was not pronouncing stuff very well. You can see that I said like I have to think really hard to say this wrong. But I said like primero video instead of primero and video, right? So that was getting better over time. I had my friend like really drilling that into me. As I was getting better, he was really making sure my pronunciation got better, but at that point in time, it wasn't great yet. I still didn't really understand reflexive verbs, as you can tell, because I just straight up said siento instead of me siento, right? What else? Oh yeah. Also, like towards the end, I said something like tengo un poco miedo instead of tengo un poco de miedo. Stuff like that, you're really only going to learn by learning stuff in context. And this is why I always tell people to like learn sentences, like learn things from native speakers. Don't say like, "Oh, this is what I would say in English. Let me Google Translate it," because Google Translate might skip out on some things, or they might give you an unnatural way of saying something. So yeah, learning when to say de and after a verb, like it's only gonna come through context and it's only gonna come through practice. So, and still for some reason I was still just saying haciendo by itself. Haciendo las clases. Don't know why I was doing that, but I was doing it. All right. Let's move on to the next video. This was I don't know. It'll be on the video. Something like 7, 8, 9 months in.
Cuando empecé de hablar en español, me dijo, wow, your Spanish is so good. Y empecé de pensar que cuando escucho mi acento en español, me da asco. Y pienso, qué asqueroso. No me gusta. Pero cuando escucho a alguien con un acento en inglés, pienso, qué chévere, qué cool. Esta persona puede hablar en más que un idioma.
So, I was getting better. I was definitely more comfortable talking for sure. I was starting to piece stories together, starting to feel comfortable like expressing more things, like saying something's like cool to me or I like something. Whereas like in the beginning I would just express like this is what's happening, these are my goals, this is blah blah blah. But I was getting comfortable, so now I'm putting more emotion into it, but still had no idea when to use de and because at that point in time I still wasn't really learning stuff through context as much as I should have. I would look up stuff. So I was trying to look up like, oh, how do I say like I learned? And I would just see, okay, like I learned, but I didn't look up should I use de or right? And so in that clip, what did I say? I said empecé de, right? So I probably just looked up to begin or I started and I didn't look up what comes after that. And you need to because you're just going to be wrong if you don't. So like again, that's very low level stuff. If I hear someone making those mistakes, then I know that they do not speak very well and they probably haven't been doing it for a long time. If they have been doing it for a long time, they're not putting a lot of energy into it because that's not high level grammar. It's not a super complex thought. It's literally like a basic sentence structure. Tratar de, right? Like if I say like I remember, like me acuerdo de, right? If you don't say de and you say something else, I'm gonna be like, okay, like you need to study more, and I probably don't want to take the conversation to the next level with you because you probably won't understand what I'm saying. If you're messing up little stuff like that, I'm not gonna have confidence that you're gonna understand what I'm talking about or whatever. You know what I mean? So there's some ones that are a little bit more high level that are a bit tricky, right? So like uh darse cuenta, right? If I say me di cuenta de que, if someone left out the de on that, I mean, I don't know, like as long as you don't say like me di cuenta right? You'll be wrong if you left out the de, but I could see like if you learned from native speakers, maybe you didn't hear them saying de, maybe you heard like me di cuenta que, and like you just didn't know that there was a de. That's different. I think that's a little bit different. A little bit different. Anyways, let's move on to the next video in this installment.
Entonces, llamé a un amigo que se llama Joel, es mi barbero. Y Joel me dijo que, ok, tengo un amigo que te puede ayudar, pero Miguel no habla inglés, ni una palabra. Ok, está bien, bro, llámalo. Ok, Miguel llegó y se lo juro, no podía hablar ni una palabra de inglés. Está bien.
This was like a year and a half in. I had my car broke down, and that's the story I was telling in the video. My barber said he had someone that could do it. It was a Sunday, so all the auto shops were closed and stuff. My barber said, "I got somebody that come fix your car," but he doesn't speak it, not even a word in English. And I was like, "Bro, I ain't ready, but just send them. I'll figure it out." And it was a good convo. He helped me. Yeah, that's when I became more confident. I think when I handled myself in that situation, I'm like, okay, like I didn't know a lot of these words because it was car stuff, but I still figured the situation out, so I felt real confident in myself, right? So that was really, I would say, like the last development before we get to like where I am right now. And if you haven't already seen like my little series that I do, I'll put it at the end of this video just to so you can see like the kind of videos I make now. Like I make content in Spanish, right? So still advancing, progressing daily, weekly, monthly, but definitely have conversations with random people in Spanish. Definitely do a lot of things that I didn't actually know if I was ever going to be able to do when I was at those stages in the beginning of this video. I legit thought, like, I'm not a language guy. I just want to be able to talk to people. Didn't know I was going to actually be able to have, like, deep conversations with people where they weren't like, can this guy understand what I'm saying? Like, there's no doubt when they're talking to me. They know I know what they're saying because I'm responding to it, right? So I just made this video just because, like, I know someone out there is like, I can't do that. But you can. I'm telling you, you can, and I did it. If you don't think you can do it, you're wrong. So if you got a friend that's saying they want to learn Spanish, they don't have time, or they don't know if they could do it, send them my clips. They can laugh at my Spanish, and then they can see where I'm at now. Bam! Tell them they got to the end of this year to get on their game and learn Spanish, and they can do it, and I believe in y'all. Have a nice day. Enjoy the clips. Go follow me on TikTok and follow my series so I can make more. Peace. Cosas que tú no sabías. Cuando se realiza una autopsia, se extraen los órganos, se pesan, se cortan y se colocan en una bolsa de plástico llamada bolsa de vísceras. Esto incluye el cerebro y la lengua también. Una vez que terminan, lo ponen en la cavidad torácica. Es decir, cuando estás enterrado, tu cerebro está en tu pecho. Muy raro. Una vez que el cerebro sale del cráneo, no regresa jamás. Tú no lo sabías y ahora lo sabes.